All right, good morning on this kind of nasty Pac Northwest day. It's a Sunday morning, and here on Hey Bud Smoking BBQ, we are going to make an aged pulled pork today. So this thing has been sitting in the fridge for like 28 days. So stick around and let's see what we do with this thing. All right, welcome back. And like I said, today we have this 28-day dry-aged pork butt that we're going to carve up here shortly. And then we're gonna get this thing on the grill and we're gonna cook it and we're gonna pull it and we're gonna eat it. So let's get started. So all we did with this was we had our pan here, the roasting rack, salt on the bottom, and we put it on there, had it in the fridge, kept it between 36 and 40 degrees Fahrenheit. And then we just kind of checked on it every day to make sure nothing crazy was happening with it. And basically it started desiccating and we left the skin on it to help protect it. So now we're gonna remove that skin. We're gonna remove all this extra rind that's on there so we can get to the good meat underneath. And then this is the bone in. So the bone, obviously we won't pull the bone out, but we're gonna carve around it and then the bone will come out, should come out clean. So let's see. All right, first thing we do is gonna get the skin off and get all the rind off and then get it ready for cooking. So, all right, here we go. It's tough. This is a sharp knife. All right, you can see right away, get a nice cross section here. And that meat looks really good underneath. It's super tender. Oh, this is gonna be beautiful. All right. Here we go. This thing was a pain in the butt. That rind was super hard to cut through, but we were able to save a good portion of the fat cap so we can actually get this thing ready to go. So just like I normally do with anyone, I'm still gonna go ahead and slice the top here. Go ahead and help that fat render whenever we go to cook it, right? So we're just gonna do the diagonals and it'll help that fat a little bit. And then just go the other way, same thing. Doesn't matter if you're cooking into that meat or cutting in that meat a little bit, you're still gonna get those spices into there, into the little crevices. This is our Hawaiian sea salt, pepper, garlic salt. We have paprika, cumin in here as well. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna lightly coat this. We're gonna use our mustard as our binder. So we're just gonna liberally coat this. You're not gonna get a lot of the mustard taste or any of that kind of stuff. It's really just for the binder to help hold that seasoning on there. So just get a good coat on here. Give our seasoning a good shake. Make sure it doesn't settle out. And then you're just gonna get a good coat on here. You can season as much or as little as you want. Flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. Good old mustard. Make sure you get those crevices. All right. And then for me, I always like to just clean up the board. You know, since letting that stuff go to waste. So this thing's ready to go on the grill. We're gonna get our Traeger started, and then we're gonna come back and throw this thing on there, and we're gonna let it cook. We're gonna go low and slow at the beginning, so about 200 degrees to 225, somewhere in there. let it get up to the wrap. So, and then when we get up to the wrap, it's gonna go into a foil pan with aluminum foil over it. That's gonna happen about 165 degrees internal. And then from there, we'll finish the cook. We will be spritzing with some apple cider vinegar, and then we'll also put some in the tray whenever we go to cover it. And then that'll help it just steam and get that apple flavor in there. We're also cooking with our cherry and apple pellets today on the Traegar, and this is gonna be so good. All right, so stick around. Let's get that thing started. All right, we just pulled this off. We're at 165 degrees right now. So we pulled it off, we put it in a pan, and then we're gonna add some of our spritz. So we've been doing the spritz for the last several hours now, and we're not gonna pour it over the top. We're literally just pouring it in the bottom of the pan. You're just gonna coat the bottom of the pan with it. Not too much, just enough, because that's gonna help steam it. It's gonna make it more tender when you wrap it in the foil. All right. So then we're going to wrap it up in our foil. So for this, I just go across the top a couple times and all that. So just throw the foil on there. Get it tight as you can. Get a decent seal on it. And that's anything crazy. The whole thing is you want to keep that moisture inside there. Let it steam as it goes for all that flavor. And keep in mind that was what we poured in, was that spritz we were using, which is the apple cider vinegar. All right, so our meter probe is still in there. So we're still gonna be measuring our temperatures, but we're gonna go ahead and throw this thing back on there. So, all right, let's do it. All right, we reach our internal temperature of 203. We put it in the oven. So a lot of people they do coolers. We just throw ours in the oven here. It's an insulated space. We don't let it sit for hours and hours and hours. So this, for us, it works out. And now we're gonna pull it out. We're gonna see how it all turned out. It's still hot right now, but it's been resting for about an hour and a half. We did have a little carryover. We got up to about 205 total. We didn't exceed that. So I'm expecting that fat to really have rendered and be really, really tender. So let's pull it out of the oven. Let's go ahead and open this thing up here. Throw it off to the side there. That's pretty. So, a lot of juices in the bottom of this thing. Go ahead and pull our probe out of there. This thing was just probe tender all over. It's falling apart. You don't even have to try. There, we got our bone here. I think just part of the bone just fell out. Let's see here, we got our other one here. Look at this thing. That thing is just smoking hot. That bone comes out clean. I'm pretty excited about this. Look at that. This stuff just falls apart. Falls apart. It's still hot. Even in these insulated gloves, you can feel it. It's hot.
I'm already on my way, on my way. We've been dancing all night long.
Oh my God, it's so freaking good. Oh my God. All right, we're gonna throw a sandwich together here. So we're gonna take some of our pulled pork, nice big old chunk of it. I'm gonna lay it right there. Oh man, it's so just juicy and tender. It smells delicious. Yeah, right there. We're gonna throw a couple slices of avocado on here, just because I like avocado. I'm not even putting any barbecue sauce on this. This thing is flavored just right. So, just keeping it simple. Got some Hawaiian buns here. We're gonna take our bite. Here we go. The pork is perfect. The avocado is perfectly ripe. Just mellow out a little bit. The buns are sweet. And this thing is delicious. I'm gonna take another bite. Alright, so on this one, I think it's a total win. So, raise that pork butt, maintain temperature 36 to 40 degrees for almost a month, and it definitely broke down all that fat inside, that intermuscular tissue. It all just came apart. This thing just came apart with your fingers. The flavoring, just our own personal rub that we do, and then just apple cider vinegar. It's good. So I'll put the recipe in the description. Like and subscribe. Come back and see us. Let us know what you think in the comments, and tell us what else you want to see from us. We got some other projects coming in the future, and right now, I mean, this is gonna be a hard one to beat right here, but we'll see what we can do. So until then, from Hey Bud Smoking BBQ, I'm Joe, and keep that smoke rolling. We'll see you next time. I'm gonna eat more of this. That's so good.